This is a real life look at my craft desk and how I use it to film YouTube videos. Hey y'all, I'm Elisa, the Scrappy Wife behind ScrappyWife.com, and I have been filming crafting videos for YouTube since 2019, so it has been a long time. I've gone through several different iterations of how I film and how I like my desk to be set up for filming, and I thought I would give you all an in-depth tour of my current craft desk setup and how I use it to film all of the YouTube videos that I put here online. So, as always, I will link the things that I use down in the description box below. Otherwise, let's go. Okay, here is a current look at my craft desk. This is actually a kitchen island that I ordered from Wayfair, and I love the idea of a kitchen island because generally you can get them a little bit bigger, specifically a little bit deeper front to back than you could a regular desk. And I loved the shape and feel of this one. I have a lot of white in my craft room, and so I liked that this was a little bit more aged. I loved the gray. I like the storage underneath. This was just a really good find for me. It's been very solid and sturdy, so I would highly recommend looking for a kitchen island. There are several different options at IKEA, Wayfair, check out Facebook Marketplace, but these work extremely well for crafting desks. Okay, I think we're gonna kind of work from the bottom up. So right now, I don't have much on these two shelves. In the past, I've had baskets filled with items that I use for flat lays. I've had a whole big variety of things. I like that there's not much down here. So here's what I got. These are printables. This is a system that I can pull out. It's hanging file folders and look through printables. This is currently something that I'm wanting to try. It's a book nook that I picked up at Michael's. So it's a craft that I'm wanting to do. This is where my photo printer lives because it is easily plugged in right here. Let me talk about that little tower first. I will try to link this below. I've had this little tower for a while now and I love it. It is fantastic. It has 3 plugs here, 3 plugs on the other side. You have a USB right here. It just and plugs right on this side. It allows you to get so many things plugged in. My lights are plugged into this. I can plug my photo printer. I can plug my die cutting machine if I want to move it over here. My heat tool, it makes it really easy to plug things in. I do not keep it on top of my desk just to kind of keep it out of the way. I like to keep my work surface as clear as humanly possible just so that I have lots of room to do things. But this being right below works really well. Right now, I have the cord kind of running under here, and then you can see it runs along. It's not like the greatest setup for the cord management, but it works okay. Everything is secured down, and I like to keep it pretty darn clear under here. There might be a time I'll go back to baskets. The truth is that I often have my feet on here while I'm crafting. This is just an extra filming tool, and I'll show you that here in a second. But I'm often kicking right here, like just messing with stuff. So having something right here is not very functional. And then this is not an area I get into very often, so I just don't know what I would need to store here. So right now it's just a little bit of a catch-all, not super pretty, but relatively functional. This only has a couple of drawers that are very shallow. So this one is kind of what I would call my personal drawer. So it has lotions and chapsticks and random little things that I've gotten from different conferences that I've gone to that I just keep in here that I might need. It has a few little post-it notes and stickers and things I take notes on, but otherwise this one relatively empty. I would say I use this book from Archer and Olive a lot when I'm just grabbing things to write down a quick note, but otherwise this one pretty chill, pretty empty, just a few post-it notes and things like that. Then in this drawer, this is where I keep a few more things that I use. This is my black ink that I use all of the time when I'm using ink. These are some different washi tape cutters, whiteout. They're relatively empty. I just don't need or want a lot out on my desktop. So, or out in this area, I have lots of places to put all the different supplies in my space. So for me, it works out well to just keep these relatively empty. On top of my desk space, like I said, I like to keep it as clear as possible. The main feature on this is this beautiful piece. This is a glass mat from Glassboard Studio. I have the one in white, their largest one that they have. They actually have them in a lot of different colors and patterns, and they are beautiful. I love this so much. It is so easy to work on top. It's easy to clean. This is magnetic, so I have magnets that can hold projects in place as I'm working, which is fantastic. It is a beautiful bright white background. Yes, there is some reflection, but oftentimes I have something right here, so the reflection doesn't bug me at all. But this has been kind of a game changer. I've loved it. Now, oftentimes I have filmed on top of white foam board or white poster board just to give a pure white background, which is lovely. And I'm a big fan of the poster board because when it gets dirty, you can just toss it and get another one. However, this one is just so easy to clean. It hasn't scratched. It's just held up so well since I've had it. I think I got it fall of 2025. So big fan, and this has worked well for filming. This is my iPad stand. Most of the time I am watching something while I am working. So I have this from IKEA that holds my iPad over here. And then this may be the most important bin in my whole craft studio because this is my most used tool bins. This little tray is from Home Goods. I got it years ago when I first moved to the basement craft room. This is fantastic. It holds all my tools that I'm currently using the most. So you have a washi tape cutter, hole punch, a couple different adhesives, several pairs of tweezers, the white crayon, very hard to find sometimes, a little screwdriver apparently, some craft knives, pens, markers, just the very most used pieces get put in here. Sometimes this gets a little bit full and I have to clean it out, but I like just having the tray and being able to easily grab what I need. And then right here, this little piece is actually from the Dollar Tree. It's meant to hold your little weeding pieces from when you are working with your Cricut or your Silhouette. I use it just as a tiny little trash can for those little bits and pieces, and it sticks on your desk and works really well because I can reach my big trash can right there if I'm really doing a massive cleanup. Okay, let's talk filming setup. When you are filming for YouTube, you need good lighting. And a lot of people use those filtered lights that are really big box lights. And I never really enjoyed doing that because I didn't really want my craft space to feel like a filming studio. I wanted it to feel like I was just crafting and that you all were just hanging out with me. So I actually saw these lights. I think it may have been Plan with Elise that had these lights first, and I thought they were fantastic. This is a 2-part piece. All of these kind of move in different ways. You can work both lights like this. Let me see if I can get it to turn on, this one. And then here's the lower one. They have different settings as far as warmness and brightness and coolness. And I love that I can just work these as I want. So I can move it on my desk and kind of position it different ways. I position it towards me when I'm doing on-screen things, but this has worked out really well. Let me just show you some of the different settings. See how the temperature kind of changes. I always use the coolest, brightest setting just because I want the cleanest white. What I like about this is when I am done, I just simply turn it off and I can fold it down and it is out of the way. I don't have to have these huge lights that I need a place to store. I mean, I can even fold this down even more if I want and kind of turn it to the side like that so it's not even sticking up at all. It's just very compact, which works out really well. I have 2 of them to try to avoid shadowing in my videos. Is it perfect? No, it's not. But having two on either side has worked pretty well for me because I can angle them in different ways to kind of get the shadow issue taken care of. But that's been my lighting solution. I think it's good lighting actually for any sort of crafting, even if you're not filming, just because sometimes you need a little bit brighter light, and because it has different settings, you can kind of customize it to what works well for you. Okay, let's talk filming. So I do all of my filming on my iPhone. I always have, and I think I will for a long time. So I needed something that can hold my phone over top my desk. Here's the issue. I move a lot when I craft. I move all of the time. I can never have anything that is attached to my desk because I constantly am bumping and moving my desk. And even though it's very solid, it would shake the camera all of the time. So I knew I needed something that was independent from my desk. So I found this online. This is actually a telescoping piece. You can see there's a little white metal piece. Let me zoom in up there that I installed on the ceiling that is magnetic. So you install that on the ceiling and then this attaches to it. You can pull it down all the way until you get to the phone holder right here. Okay, so what I like about this is the fact that I can change the angle, so I can shift it, I can move it around, I can film vertical if I want, I can film myself vertically if I want, I can just move it around in so many different ways. But most importantly, I can push it up out of the way. This is my craft room, my craft studio, and yes, I work here many days of the year, but I also just want to have this as a nice space for myself. And so the fact that I can push that up out of the way so that it is not in my face, so that I can just enjoy my crafting, I think that is really important to me personally. I don't want this to just feel like my workplace. I want this to be my happy place in general. So you can see I've designed most of my filming setup to be something that I can easily remove, something that can like go into the background, so I can also just have this as my chill space. So this has worked really well for me. I'll be honest, I will link this down below. I've gone through several of these. They are plastic. This piece right here, that is the connection piece, is plastic. And because I change the angle and I move it around kind of constantly, I go through one of these about every 6 to 8 months because it breaks. It just breaks apart. Something breaks on it and it doesn't work. So it's not the perfect thing, but it's the best thing I have found for how I like to film. So for me, it was worth it to just replace it every 6 months or so. Definitely a business cost, but it's worked pretty well. And this is what I've used for the past 2.5 years, and I've enjoyed it. The other filming element that I used was actually what I was just filming on, and that is this piece right here. This is like a gooseneck phone holder attachment. I can move this one freely. So this is what I use when I am filming around my room, when I'm trying to get a different angle. It just clips, holds my phone really well. This unscrews and can go in lots of different ways, and you can position this long piece however you want to. I have gone through a couple of these as well, because when you bend it a ton, eventually it kind of breaks down the wire that is in here, and it breaks and then you can't use it anymore. So that is something that I've gone through, but again, I feel like I put it through its paces. You know what I mean? Like, I definitely got my use out of it. And this is just another really functional element that I have around so that I can change angles and do some different types of filming. Another question I get a lot is, what chair do I use? You guys, this is just an extra bar stool chair. We bought a set of 4 for our kitchen counter, and we only needed 3 there for our 3 kiddos. So this is the 4th one. It's relatively comfortable. I like that it spins just because I move a lot and I like to move while I'm crafting. It's It's not, ergonomic or anything like that, but it's a little higher, which works well for a kitchen island, and it's a soft seat, so that works well too. Easily can wipe it down. So big fan of this. This was from Wayfair, and like I said, not really bought especially for my desk, but something that I think looks nice in the space. So that is a look at my streamlined setup for my craft desk and for how I film for YouTube videos. I have a lot of space in my craft studio area, and I have a lot of storage for supplies in other places. I really prefer for my work area to be as simple and clean and streamlined as possible, because I'm going to pile on all of the supplies over here, do all that I want to do, and then put them all back. It feels really good to walk in and have a clear desk, so that's always been really, really important to me. And of course, for filming setup, it's not ideal as far as, yes, I'm filming, yes, there's a camera over top, yes, there are bright lights, but it's as least intrusive as I can get it, because I just want it to feel like I'm crafting with you all and having fun. I don't want big studio lights and crazy camera angles and all that. I just want to have a good time with you guys. So that's how I've always done it. I know a lot of people do it a lot of different ways, and whatever works for them, that is fantastic. But I thought I would give you guys a little peek into what works for me. If you like this video, a little behind the scenes of my craft room desk setup, let me know down below with a comment or a question. And if you really did like it, hit that like button and even that subscribe button for lots more crafting and organization content. I will, of course, list things down below. If you see something and you can't find the link in the description box, just message me, send me a comment so that I can find it for you. I want to give a huge shout out to my Patreon community. Thank you all so much for your support. Patreon is a place where you can support your favorite creators. You get lots of perks like printables and challenges, exclusive videos, Zoom calls, live streams. There's so much to inspire you over there, and we'd love to have you join us. So if you are interested, you can find out more at patreon.com/ScrappyWife. All right. I hope that you have a fabulous day, and as always, keep it creative.